Hey there, and welcome to another training. So I get this question all the time. How do you properly format a story? And I found a good example for us based off of one of our critiques. So if you watched the lunch critique yesterday, you will have seen this. But this is what I see a lot of these heavy paragraphs when it comes to picture books. But that is not how we should actually format that. So here's a sample of what your format should actually look like. So you should have your contact information up at the top. You should say what the story is and how many words. You should also double click into your header and make sure that you have your title, your last name, and your page numbers. When you put those in there, the reason for that is, when someone prints this out, they want to know what order this goes in. That's why we put them there. And I know a lot of our submissions are done via email or digitally, so we don't really need to have our contact information when we do that through our email because it'll be part of our signature. But when you are setting up proper format, you're sending this for a critique, you're sending this for an edit, you're sending this for submission as an attachment, it should be set up like this. And about halfway down the page, they say a good rule of thumb is hit enter 12 times. Is to put your title, and your title should be in caps, and then your name with your byline here, and then you go right into your story. And so this is an example of a picture book manuscript. You see how short these sentences are. You can sometimes add in an illustrator note if it is necessary, and then you just keep going with the story. So I do have an example from a real text. So this is The Cool Bean by Jory John, which is one of my big recommendations, is to actually type out published stories. So that way you can get a feel for the voice, sentence structure. How does it look as a manuscript? So this is obviously just for you, it's just for practice. But if we were to type this out, this is how Jory John's story would look. It's very short. It has some like jutting back and forth, but that's based off of how his story is told. But you really get a sense of his voice here, and you get a sense of how a picture book should look. But even if you're writing like a chapter book or a middle grade novel or a YA novel or something, it's going to be very similar. You set it up with the same way, and then you put the title with the byline. Max the Midnights by Lincoln Pierce, great story if you haven't read it. And you just go right in. Chapter 1, here's what you want to talk about. If this is something you're going to be submitting to an editor, you can also make this as its own cover page, and then you just hit Control Enter. And that's going to put your chapter 1 right away to start on the first page, and then just do that for all of them. And then you'll have your outline here. So you can actually make this into a header and change the size. So that way, if they're reading and it's a lot, you have your outline there and they can go and pick up on the chapter that they left off with. But that's real quick what you should do for your formatting: size 12, double space, Times New Roman font, getting everything set up for your book. So good luck with your story. Go get them properly formatted. There is also a link in the description for how you can get more out of your formatting from us. Awesome. Well, thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day.